What's up everyone and welcome back to the Warf Reactions. My name is Wolfie and today we have a death battle between two of the arguably greatest PS1 mascot platformer characters of all time. On one hand we have Crash Bandicoot and on the other, Spyro the Dragon. No matter who wins, this is gonna be good. Let's take a look.
Shadow Basketball!
Alright Screw Attack, show us something good today. I already know which character I'm rooting for here.
The early 1990s played host to one of the biggest battlegrounds the world had ever seen.
Mario vs. Sonic?
The Console Wars.
Nintendo and Sega's mascots were locked in a merciless duel over the gaming throne.
But
And then
when
PS1
the
came out of
smoke cleared,
nowhere.
A surprise third challenger was rising to the top.
The Sony PlayStation.
The
And
one
it
that
didn't
changed
have just
everything.
one mascot. It had two.
Whoa!
Crash Bandicoot,
Whoa!
the mutated marsupial from Down Under.
And Spyro the Dragon, the powerful purple hero of the Dragon.
At least they're using that
He's
design, not the
raising
Skylanders
opposite.
design, that
And
weird
it's our job
gremlin-looking
to analyze
thing.
their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
What
will
about
win
Nasty
a
Nord?
death battle.
Oh snap, it's gonna be 3D too. Alright.
Listen, I admire another brilliant doctor of science as much as the next guy, especially those with grand plans to take over the world. But I'm
Trying
not
to
sure
take over
Dr.
the world.
Cortex makes the cut.
Why not? He's an evil genius who made a mutant Aussie army of animals to take over the world.
Crush!
Sure, but when it came time to
Bandicoot.
assign a general for this army, Cortex chose, of all things, a bandicoot.
A band of what? You're making that up.
It's a real animal. Look,
Oh,
There it is.
Kinda cute.
Looks nothing
How's
like
that
Crash,
little
though.
thing gonna take over the world?
with the Evolvo Ray, Cortex did successfully mutate it into a powerful beast. However, when he tried to brainwash the creature, he utterly failed to create his fearsome general.
And he made it
Instead,
insane.
He got Crash Bandicoot.
So Cortex threw him out like trash, and Crash became his worst nemesis ever. Which is super embarrassing, because this Band of Crash is a few snags short of a Barbie.
Yeah.
But his physical abilities make up for it. He's got parkour skills like nobody's business.
Which is appropriate, as
Yep.
bandicoots are excellent jumpers, similar to their marsupial cousin, the kangaroo.
Huh.
He's got superhuman strength and can
Ew,
take a big
the new
hit and
designs.
just keep on going, like an Energizer Bunny of pain.
Crash can double jump in midair, slide incredible distances, and use Crash Dash to boost his speed.
He's also tapped into Mojo, a magic substance that
What
gives
is
life
that
energy
from?
to enhance his battle techniques. He's got his Norris Roundhouse and Triple Dragon, but his favorite move is the Cyclone Spin.
He can even give this move a boost for the Death Tornado technique, though this can leave him dizzy and prone to counterattacks. Still, these brutal moves proved incredibly useful for rescuing his fellow mutant bandicoot girlfriend, Tawna.
Oh,
She never
why
hooked
does
up
she
with
look
him.
like that? She's like really hot, but also not at the same time. I'm really confused.
While Crash's natural abilities were enough to save her, his future battles with Cortex would require more sophisticated tools.
Yeah, like the rad.
I do like
Cadillac.
Crash a
He's
lot.
even got himself the unicorn of motorsports, the space motorcycle. What I wouldn't give for one of those.
To increase his firepower, he carries a special bazooka
That fires
uses
Wampa
a naturally
fruits.
occurring and easily attainable form of ammunition. Wampa fruits.
The same kind of fruit shooter that's on his power loader suit from Alien. I mean, this completely
Yeah.
generic-looking mech.
But why fruit? I can't imagine
Wampa
it's a
fruit.
particularly effective projectile.
I don't know, Wiz. Remember that time I shot you with my potato gun? You were stuck in a coma for like a month.
Wait, what? You told me I lost that month because my time travel wristwatch finally worked.
Well, where's Crash getting all this cool tech? He can't be building it all himself.
His sister.
He's pretty dumb.
They're all thanks to his kid sister, Coco, who's 10 times the inventor Cortex is. But Crash isn't.
That's
really
all from the
dumb.
remake
He
here?
just
Look at how
lacks
animated it
intelligence.
is. What
He
is
actually
that?
has many symptoms of autism. Some people with autism, known as savants, are extraordinarily gifted in particular skill sets, and I think that describes Crash perfectly. While he may not know how to hold a conversation, he is a superb athlete and puzzle solver.
Well, I'm sure it helps that he's surrounded by friends who encourage his better traits.
I never played Crash past Crash 3, so I have no idea what any of these weird designs and characters are.
Aku, his magical mask foster dad, who's basically a
Aku,
god.
Aku.
Lucky bastard.
Aku Aku's magical mojo prowess is quite impressive. He's very protective of Crash and will often step in when Crash is in
What
trouble.
is that
Not
from?
always.
Wow.
Wiz, why can he teleport across dimensions on his own, but can't teleport Crash very far at all?
This is as far as I can take us. we'll have to fight our way to the robot's interior and save your sister.
Billy,
Well,
Monday,
perhaps his
let's go.
fatherly intuition is kicking in, encouraging Crash to learn from his own mistakes and become his own man, or Bandicoot.
Yeah, maybe he's just being a dick.
Well, thanks to Aku Aku and his own amazing abilities, Crash has performed some incredible feats while stopping Cortex's plans time and time again.
He's strong enough to lift his adopted brother Crunch over his head. Since Crunch is at least twice as big as Crash, that would mean Crash's strength is similar to the world's best powerlifters.
His
Was
cyclone
that Mark
attack can
Henry?
generate enough force to lift this large boulder and throw it so hard it shatters on impact. Comparing its size to Crash, that boulder must weigh nearly 8 tons.
He's also fast enough to outrun polar bears,
Whoa.
which can move up to 25 miles per hour. But Crash really shines when it comes to durability.
Yeah, he
Just
could
look
take
at
a
how
lot
well he holds up
of
after
punishment.
taking 112 falling wooden crates to the face.
And then just get up and shake it off like, huh.
Where do they all come from?
I bet it's Aku Aku's fault. And he's right back up like it didn't even happen. What a champ.
Crash
Yeah.
has endured an explosion of 23 crates of TNT all at once, which, given their size, could potentially level a city block. And with the help of
Wow.
Aku Aku, he even survived a crash landing from outer space.
What the heck
Man, the
is up
Crash
with
games
his
got
hair?
weird, didn't
This
they?
vessel was likely falling at 17,500 miles per hour, similar to the space shuttle's typical re-entry, which means the force of its collision would be equivalent to more than 2 million tons of TNT.
Wait, but why didn't Aku Aku just teleport them to safety?
I can't believe we're okay.
Oh, are you kidding me, Aku? You know what you did, or didn't do. But what's the saying? Any Crash you can walk away from, right? Plus, given how easy it is for Crash's enemies to lure him into traps, his absurd durability is crucial.
Well, Crash
This may
isn't
be the thing that
perfect,
lets
but
him
with his
win.
amazing abilities and a little bit of mojo, he's saved the whole world many times over.
And after years of this, he even finally learned how to speak.
Now let's go home and eat pancakes. Pancakes!
That's the first
Wait,
thing he's ever
that's
said?
it?
Wow. Yeah, the Crash might actually
Tells of
be...
a special purple dragon born every 10 generations, destined to be a hero of his age.
Oh, boy.
This was the legend of Spyro.
Never played
But
that
when
one.
the ancient Dark Master Malefor learned of this, he swore to destroy Spyro before he even hatched.
By the way, there are at least 3 different timelines for Spyro.
Yeah.
We're mainly sticking with the Legend of Spyro version, because he can do pretty much anything the other ones can, and more. Plus, I think they're all the same Spyro reincarnated anyway, since that's what the prophecy says, and look, that's totally Skylands being made at the end of Dawn of the Dragon.
Okay,
Wild
this is
fan
all new to me.
theories
Let's just, I'm
Spyro
gonna pay
was saved
attention to
from
this.
Malefor's wrath by Ignitus, a guardian dragon. He decided to pull a Moses and send Spyro's egg floating down a river to who knows where. Okay, why do so many stories start with people just throwing babies into rivers? That's
Superman,
never a good idea.
yeah.
Wrong, Wiz.
So many
It worked out
characters.
fine for Spyro. He was found and adopted by a family of dragonflies. And even without fellow dragons around, Spyro grew up to be a pretty good fighter. He's strong, tough, and makes good use of his horns, tail, and claws.
But not his wings. Not yet. Without a dragon's parentage, Spyro remained mostly grounded during his childhood.
But
not a
he
bad
got
design
pretty
of
good
Spyro,
at using
honestly,
his
there.
head. Like the fun way, not the brainy stuff. You do not want to be on the other end of his charge attack.
But one fateful day, everything changed. During a game of hide and seek with his quote-unquote brother, Sparks, they got into a bit of monkey business and, in desperation, Spyro unexpectedly breathed fire. This was Spyro's first hint that he was
Wow, those dragonfly designs are
adopted.
ugly.
Hold up, you mean he thought he was an actual dragonfly the whole time? I can think of a few other hints, like, I don't know, anytime he saw his reflection.
This revelation prompted Spyro to go on a journey in search of his true home among other dragons. Oh, and Sparks tagged along to help find treasure and protect his dragon brother from harm.
I cannot get over that dragonfly
He's
design.
the
They're
chosen
hideous.
one, bitch. He's got a bunch of awesome dragon powers.
As a purple dragon, Spyro was not limited to just his fire breath. After finding and rescuing 4 great dragon guardians, They each became his teachers in the arts of elemental combat.
Ignitus taught Spyro how to control fire and focus it into huge blasts. Voltaire showed him how to use electric breath to stun enemies and toss them through the air.
Okay.
Cyril taught him to freeze foes solid and fire ice shards. And Parador showed him how to use earth breath to split rocks and roll up into a ball.
Spyro
Katamari.
also honed his physical and chi combat with the martial art of Dragon Kata. Oh, and he finally learned how to fly.
About time.
Speaking of which, Spyro learned how to briefly slow down time to improve his reaction.
What?
Damn. But all of this led to Spyro.
What is
learning
this?
the
Is
ultimate
Legend of the
element,
Dragon?
The convexity breath.
Ether.
Convexity.
It's ether.
No, stupid. Everyone calls it convexity.
Oh, okay. Purple dragons like Spyro can use a mysterious energy that is essentially the spiritual life force of the universe. While it's never officially named in canon, lead concept artist Jared Polin has gone on record to clarify its name and properties, and he calls it Ether. Eat that, boomstick.
Don't convex me, Wiz. True fans know I'm right.
Ether is an extremely powerful element which binds the fates of the living and the dead. With Ether, Spyro pulls from the 4 elements to create energy which, according to Polin, has power comparable to that of an atom smasher.
So a
Isn't
spirit
that
bomb.
the thing that shoots an atom around at light speed for all sorts of sciencey stuff?
Yes, they're particle accelerators with a moving photon beam containing 362 megajoules of energy.
Yeah, I said that.
This beam can slice through a human skull in a nanosecond. Just like what happened to Russian scientist Anatoly Bugorsky when he stuck his head in one of them.
Oh!
Hell would he do that? God, being Russian must be hard.
Bugorsky took a beam less than a molecule thick through the skull, which obliterated all matter in its path in an instant. While he survived, half of his face around the microscopic hole in his head swelled, peeled apart, and was permanently paralyzed, while he experienced the blinding light he described as brighter than 1,000 suns.
Hey, Spyro, what was that about?
I don't really know. I just felt like I had to hit it. And when I did, the power of 1,000 suns surged through my body.
Just imagine if that beam was the size of Spyro's super breath. No, wait, you don't need to. We've seen what it's like when he killed the ape
Whoa!
king.
Of course, Spyro's ether powers have other uses as well, such as curing his fellow dragon Cinder of malforce corruption.
Is he shooting ghosts at her? What kind of magic were they smoking when they
I
came
have
for that?
no idea what
But
this
ether
game is, but
dependent on a
wow.
balance between light and dark. Should a purple dragon fall prey to their own anger and hatred, they risk being consumed by dark ether, or nether, transforming into a blackened, rage-filled form.
Spyro's a really nice guy, but as Dark Spyro, he lets loose. He's stronger, faster, and way more violent.
Unfortunately, when Spyro's consumed by dark ether, he cannot return to his old self on his own. But with friends like Sparks and Cinder at his side, he's always found his way back.
Through the power of love. Right, Spyro?
You gotta believe!
You gotta believe! I remember
With all
that.
these powers at his claw tips, Spyro is a force to be reckoned with.
What?
He's pretty quick, outracing biplanes that can fly over 159 miles per hour.
When did this
Pushed a
become
gold
Dragon Ball
statue
Z
about twice his
/
size, and he's pretty tough, claiming his scales are impenetrable.
So I'm electricity proof too?
Ew, the
I knew
Skyrim,
my scales were
Skylanders designed
impenetrable, but now
Skyrim.
this?
A bold claim, but let's look at the facts. Spyro once took a punch from this massive magma golem, which then lost its arm and replaced it with a cathedral tower. This cathedral is very similar in size to St. Stephen's Basilica, a Roman Catholic church in Budapest, Hungary. By taking the height, length, and depth of the basilica and adjusting for empty space, we can estimate the arm's mass to weigh over 400,000 tons. Assuming a low-end punching speed of 15 miles per hour, that of the average humans, the golem must have hit with at least 1.9 million tons of force.
Ouch.
And after getting all these powers, saving the dragons, and defeating the Dark Master himself, Spyro tapped into Ether one last time to literally pull the exploding planet back together. What?
Whoa.
How the hell? How?
I'd say a mix of the power of love, magic of friendship, and a smidgen of prophetic destiny.
Friendship is magic.
I want a pet dragon more than anything.
It's a sad sight, Sparks. Another noble warrior falls victim to the plague of love. Just look away.
Well, I was gonna say Crash
Alright,
is gonna take this because of his
combatants are set.
durability,
Let's
but
end this debate once and
I
for
have
all.
I had no idea Spyro had done so much of this because I stopped playing Spyro at Spyro 1, 2, and 3. I didn't know about all the other games. It apparently became some crazy beat 'em up or something. Some character action thing that's all dark and gritty and like Are those games good? Should I try playing those new Spyro games? Not the Skylanders one, but the other ones? Because, not gonna lie, that looked fairly interesting. It could be something. I am in awe. I don't think Crash stands a chance if I'm gonna be honest about it. Because, despite his durability, Spyro pulled together a freaking planet. This is insane. Crash is gonna have to pull out all the stops to beat this dragon. Alright, that's my prediction. I'm gonna predict Spyro takes this one, but if Crash can survive it, maybe he can outlive Spyro. I have no idea how this is gonna go. I'm rooting for Spyro just because I like him just a touch. I like his games a touch more than Crash's games, but I like them both equally as characters, but I do have a soft spot for Spyro. Dude. Well, it certainly got the zaniness down pat.
Weird.
What are you doing?
I did not see that coming.
Sparks! No!
It's okay, Sparks has like 2 more hits. I was gonna say, is this gonna be like...
All right. You asked for it.
Boom booga! Oh, he gets his power up, but Crash killed Spyro's. Oh, never mind. Aku's dead. The funny thing is, I'm hoping if Crash dies, it's gonna be like an explosion. It'll be like, whoa! And you'll see like a shoe come down. Like his actual death animations. Watch out for those Wumpa fruits!
Wait a sec, was that a fruit?
Projectile battle. Well, this doesn't bode well for Crash, does it?
Woohoo! Stay right.
No, Crash got them gadgets.
Where do you keep finding these things?
Yeah. Well, Crash certainly is. Uh-oh.
I'm done with this.
Well... Spyro might have used his trump card a little early here. Whoa!
Nobody messes with me, pal. KO!
I don't think Aku's gonna pull Crash from the grave after that.
Spyro
Ow.
had plenty of obvious advantages. His speedy flight let him control the pace of the battle, and his elemental arsenal gave him a much wider variety of attacks than Crash had ever seen in a one-on-one fight. Even with his extraordinary puzzle-solving skills, Crash was simply overwhelmed. But surprisingly, this wasn't nearly as one-sided as it looked on paper.
With the strength to throw an 8-ton boulder, Crash was actually stronger than Spyro, and both of them had survived impacts worth around 2 million tons of force. How convenient! It's almost like they planned this all along.
To be fair, we did have to lowball Spyro's durability against the Golem's punch. However, both of them had shown durability, which far exceeded much of their attack capability.
So even with his gadgets, Crash really didn't have a good way to hurt Spyro very much.
Huh.
But the funny thing is, Spyro didn't have many attacks that could firmly hurt Crash either. They
Huh.
were both just too tough.
Well, until Spyro used the Ether Breath, which could literally break matter apart at an atomic level. Not even Aku Aku could save Crash from a beam that intense.
I guess Crash just couldn't spin this one.
The winner is Spyro the Dragon.
Yay! Alright, so there you have it. Spyro the Dragon is your winner of this battle. I will give my quick thoughts on this overall fight here, and I guess I'll try to weigh in a little bit. Honestly, with the facts they presented at the beginning of the episode here, I think they were kind of on the money with that. Again, my knowledge of these characters comes from Crash 123, Spyro 123. I have no idea about Spyro's stuff on the other games, the games after the fact, so they could have been wrong on all that matter, but the way they presented the information, I could definitely see all the cards were kind of stacked in Spyro's favor. I know Crash is extremely durable, but like, Spyro's done some crazy stuff, and that was all new to me. I honestly think even if they had used just Crash, the Crash from 1, 2, and 3, and Spyro from 1, 2, and 3, I still think Spyro would take it over him. Well, maybe not. Maybe that probably would have wound up in a draw too, because they're still both durable in those games. And yeah, somebody had to win, and I'm happy it was Spyro. But yeah, I literally don't know how to feel about this. It's like I like them both. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty good battle. But if you guys, by the way, if anybody could tell me if the new Spyro games, at least the one they were showing, the one with like him, like his backstory got retconned, and besides the ugly dragonfly designs, I think that game actually looked a little interesting. Are those games good, or is that like, are those games considered mediocre to like not so great? Let me know. I kind of want to take a look at those. What was this on PS2 probably? Yeah, I kind of agree with the battle. It was fun to watch. And in the meantime, guys, let me know what you thought of this battle. Do you agree? Did you disagree? And if so, please let me know in the comments below. My phone's ringing, so I'll take care of that. I gotta answer this phone call in a bit. So, I'll see you guys all then. Stay tuned.